The man accused of killing 4 college students in Idaho is set to make his first court appearance today in Pennsylvania. He's expected to waive his extradition hearing so he can be quickly brought to Idaho to face murder charges. This as police revealed new details about how they tracked him across the country. ABC's Kenna Whitworth is in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania with the latest.
Idaho quadruple murder suspect Bryan Kohberger just hours from his extradition hearing. His lawyer, Jason Labar, telling ABC News he remains calm and polite despite knowing the death penalty is on the table. He says Kohberger understands the seriousness of the charges and replied to him, quote, "This will be a long process." Now new details emerging about how law enforcement tracked Kohberger down. Sources telling ABC News they used public genealogy databases like those used to catch the Golden State Killer.
You have DNA from a crime, but you don't have a suspect. He's not in a database. So you use public databases of genealogy looking for relatives. Eventually, you get down to the point where you can match the DNA potentially to your suspect.
Recent students of his at Washington State University speaking out, one saying his appearance changed around the time the murders took place.
He looked a little bit more disheveled. He had like some stubble coming on. His hair was a little, messed up or whatever. I remember seeing him and thinking like, oh man, finals must be really getting to him.
28-year-old Kohberger remained a teacher's assistant, working towards his criminology PhD until the end of the semester before driving 2,500 miles to Pennsylvania with his father. His lawyer now telling ABC News that on that journey, he was pulled over twice for traffic violations in Indiana while driving that white Hyundai Elantra authorities have been looking for. Bryan arrested in an early morning SWAT team raid at his parents' home in a gated community over 2 weeks later. Labar telling ABC News Bryan's father said they were told over a loudspeaker that the house was surrounded and their door was broken during the arrest. People in his hometown shocked.
How do you remember him at those parties?
Withdrawn, kept to himself.
Kohberger's lawyer says his client maintains his innocence and is eager to be exonerated in Idaho.
And Kenna Whitworth joins me live now from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania with more on this. Kenna, we're told that the suspect here plans to waive extradition today. So how's that expected to play out in court?
So here's what's going to happen, Diane. He's going to come from the correctional facility here to the courtroom. As you said, he's expected to waive his extradition hearing. He wants to get back to Idaho quickly. So his lawyer told me, look, this hearing is going to be quick, no longer than 15 minutes. It will be a packed courtroom. I'm told there's 200 media credentialed to be in there. Also, his parents will be there and his 2 sisters. After the hearing, he'll go back to the correctional facility to be processed out. We're told, Diane, that authorities here have been asked to be prepared for Bryan to be sent back to Idaho tonight or sometime tomorrow. Once he gets back to Idaho and he appears in court there, that official arrest affidavit will be unsealed and we'll learn a lot more about the prosecution's case against him.
Now, the suspect's lawyer told you the death penalty is on the table and that this is going to be a long process. So is there any sense of how they plan to argue his defense?
Well, so here's what he's saying so far is that he had to inform Bryan and his family, look, the death penalty is on the table. Already, what we know is that he is facing 4 charges of first-degree murder and 1 charge of felony burglary. He said that was a tough conversation to have with his family, but when he told Bryan that the death penalty was on the table, it was Bryan's response that, yeah, this could be a long process. He knew. He's intelligent, right? His lawyer told me I can essentially speak legalese to him, and he knows it's going to be a long process because this could take up to 3 years. There is a public defender waiting for him in Idaho, Diane.
All right, Kenna Whitworth, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.